The brave little sailboat. In the quiet corner of Pebble Bay, there lived a small sailboat named Jib. While the other boats were painted in grand, glossy colors, Jib was a simple, bright blue boat with a single sturdy white sail. He spent his days bobbing gently against the wooden docks, watching the tide go in and out. Jib was small, but his dreams were as vast as the ocean itself. Every evening Jib would talk to Luma, the tall lighthouse who stood guard over the bay. Luma had a warm, glowing heart and a voice that rumbled like distant thunder. "What lies beyond the great reef, Luma?" Jib would ask, his mast shivering with excitement. Luma would shine her light far out into the darkness and whisper, "Wonders, Jib, but also great challenges that require a brave heart." One morning, the sun rose with a golden promise. Jib decided it was time to see those wonders for himself. He untied his twine and let the breeze catch his sail. He felt a tingle in his wooden ribs as he glided away from the familiar docks. "I am going on an adventure," he chirped, his sail snapping proudly in the wind. Near the harbor mouth, Jib encountered Barnaby, a massive tugboat with a rusty red hull and a thick chimney. Barnaby puffed out a cloud of gray clay smoke. "Where are you going, little scrap?" Barnaby rumbled. "The open sea is for big engines and heavy steel, not for bits of wood and cloth. You'll be tossed about like a leaf." Jib felt small, but he kept his sail straight. As Jib passed the great reef, the sky began to change. The bright blues turned into heavy, charcoal grays. The wind, once a friendly nudge, became a fierce howl. Giant waves, topped with frothy white clay foam, began to rise around him. Jib clutched the water with his keel, trying his best to stay upright. A massive wave crashed over Jib's deck, drenching his sail and making him heavy. He felt a moment of cold, dark fear. Maybe Barnaby was right, he whimpered. But then, he remembered Luma's glowing heart. He shook the water from his deck and tightened his rigging. He wasn't just a boat, he was an explorer. Suddenly, a sleek, gray shape broke the surface of the water. It was Finley, a playful dolphin with a friendly grin. Finley leaped over a wave, their bodies shimmering in the dim light. "Follow me, little sail," Finley clicked. "The rocks ahead are sharp, but there is a path only someone your size can take." Finley dove back into the churning sea, beckoning Jib forward. Finley led Jib toward a wall of jagged black rocks. To a big ship like Barnaby, it was a dead end. But Jib saw a narrow, winding gap between the stones. With Finley guiding the way, Jib tucked in his sail and squeezed through the tight passage. The sharp rocks scraped his blue paint, but he didn't stop until he reached the other side. As Jib emerged from the rocks, the storm vanished as quickly as it had come. The clouds parted to reveal a horizon bathed in liquid gold. The water became as smooth as a polished mirror. Jib saw islands he had never dreamed of, with palm trees made of green clay and sands of shimmering peach. He had made it. When Jib finally returned to Pebble Bay, his blue hull was scratched and his sail was dusty, but he moved with a new grace. Luma flashed her light in a joyful rhythm to welcome him home. Barnaby watched from the dock, puffing a respectful circle of smoke. Jib wasn't just a little sailboat anymore. He was the brave little sailboat who knew that even the smallest vessel could conquer the biggest ocean.